Are you happy with the progress and the outcome of the BME deal so far?
Thanks for having me. Yes, I'm extremely happy. As we all know, it's not easy to do a M&A transaction in the stock exchange world. More fail than succeed, especially of this size. So we're extremely happy that we've been able to convince all the stakeholders in Spain and in Switzerland, and in the end also the shareholders with more than 93%, that this is a really good deal for the industry and for both companies.
Do you think that there is a future in further M&A within the sector? Do you think it's important that we see further M&A within the exchanges arena?
The exchange business is a business where the ability to invest, so continuously being able to invest in technology, new products, new services, scale, many of the businesses are fixed cost based, are very important. So I can imagine that there will be more consolidation going forward, and that many people in the industry are looking into this. Of course, we for now have done this major transaction, the biggest transaction ever in the history of SIX. So we will first focus on materializing this and really getting the synergies and benefits and the new revenues and products and services to our customers.
Let me ask you about your footprint and now the fact you have these operations within the EU. Of course, not long ago, you lost access to EU bourses because of disagreements between Brussels and Bern. Does this change that? Was it important to you to get a footprint, to get a hold of assets within the European Union?
Having access to the European market, to the EU market, is extremely important. Actually, the dispute we've had with the EU was more about EU investors having access to the Swiss exchange, and that's been solved by a specific measure that the Swiss government has taken. So access to the Swiss market has been guaranteed, and actually we've been benefiting from having more market share than ever on our exchange. In the future, of course, it is important to be able to grow your business in different jurisdictions, and having a foot in the EU gives us a lot of opportunities and abilities to grow our business further in the EU. And that's one of the big drivers of the transaction. Absolutely, you're correct.
What kind of opportunities do you see then, having this European operation? What does that enable you to grow?
Well, we'll see, of course, that within Europe and within the EU, there's more and more harmonization. There's more competition between local exchanges. And we think with the combination of SIX and BME, we can really attract more, let's say, European business and of course, continue to have a stronghold in Spain and in Switzerland. May it be around derivatives, around attracting IPOs. We not only in the SIX Group have an exchange business, but we also have a data business. We see big opportunities to further roll that out into the EU. And we also have a banking services business where we do a lot around payments and debit card processing, billing, mobile payments, and that's also a big opportunity for us. So there are many opportunities.
Yeah, I understand that you've been working on taking... Yes, many opportunities. I understand you've been working on taking over some of the back office processes of the big Swiss banks, so the likes of Credit Suisse and UBS. What kind of progress can you tell us about there?
Well, we're in continuous discussion, and not only with the big banks, but also with the medium and smaller size banks, actually all flavors, to make sure that we are ready to help them, because all the banks are under cost pressure. All of them are investing in processes where they're not really driving a competitive advantage. They want to focus more and more on their customers, rightfully, and we are there then to create platforms and utilities for them to do their business better and for them to be more competitive, both within Switzerland, but also, of course, in the international arena. We have good progress. We have many initiatives around cybersecurity, around data, payments, as I mentioned. So there are many initiatives actually ongoing with really good progress.
And do you sense that the banks are looking into doing this more because of cost pressures created by COVID?
I think every year that I'm in the industry, I feel the pressure is increasing, and also I think more and more banks are really focusing on the front end and on the customers, and want to do less themselves. And if there's others who can do it better at scale, they are definitely looking more to that. And we are there for them. We are the financial market infrastructure in Europe, in Switzerland, in Spain, who can help those financial institutions to drive a more efficient and effective operating model, and also make some investments in technology in one place instead of having to do that in multiple places, for sure.
Yes, just Just finally, I want to ask you about retail investors. What's your experience of a boom or not in retail investors being interested in trading? It seems to be something of a phenomenon in the US, certainly, and in other places.
Yeah, I think with the current interest rate and leaving your money on a savings account, that's not such an attractive proposition for many retail investors. So they are looking for alternative ways to invest their money, be it through private banking or wealth management. And of course, we also see that more people are having access or invest directly into the stock exchange, or of course through brokers or banks. So I think that's a phenomenon that will, from the US, also move more into Europe, and that's something that we are preparing for and making sure that we have the right product and services also for the retail investors.